Idaho Matters is brought to you in part by St. Luke's Pharmacy, now offering free home delivery. For daily medications or one time prescriptions, home delivery is easy to set up. It's convenient and safe. St. Luke's Pharmacy, now delivering to your doorstep. Information on how to get started at stlukesonline.org.
Love Boise State Public Radio podcasts? They are free to enjoy, but not free to produce. If you can give, your support helps keep shows like Idaho Matters and Scandalize available to everyone. Donate now at boisestatepublicradio.org.
More Idaho Matters now from the studios of Boise State Public Radio News. I'm Gemma Gaudette. People have been rocking out on the air guitar since the actual guitar was invented, I would think. But strumming along to the music on an invisible instrument really took off after Joe Cocker started playing air guitar on stage at Woodstock in 1969 to his tune With a Little Help from My Friends. And since then, there have been all kinds of different contests for the folks who like to jam on those air guitars, including the U.S. Air Guitar Championships, which they're coming back to Boise this Saturday. We first told you about the competition 2 years ago when we talked to Idaho's air guitar champion. And today we're talking with the current champ, Ruben Rania. He's an independent wrestler for Idaho Wrestle Club, and he's joining us live now to talk more. Ruben, thanks for joining us today. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
So tell us, when did you first start playing air guitar?
Well, I've actually been doing it my whole life. I just didn't know there was a competition for it until June of last year.
So can you describe for us kind of how you play on stage? I mean, I'm thinking of these folks who maybe have never seen this. I mean, you're up there on stage. You don't actually have a physical guitar, correct? But you have to pretend that you're playing along to a song?
Exactly, yeah. So it's just like any other moment when you're by yourself or with friends and you just strum along to whatever song you're vibing with. So the presentation is you just choose whatever song you want to perform along with. It's a minute long for the first round. You can edit it just however you would like. It's just the presentation for the audience and for the judges to hear, and you just go along with it with theatrics, and it's an exaggeration. And if they like you, then they give you the score based upon that. But yeah, it's pretty much like like you said, you don't carry anything with you. You can't have props or anything like that. The best way to say is just vibe with the music.
Okay, and my understanding is you have a stage name. So what do you go by on stage?
So I go by my wrestling name, which is Mega Mosca. Again, when I signed up for it last year, I did not know that there was I guess like a league or where competitors across the nation, even in the world, were doing this. I just found out about this like maybe 10 days before the Boise competition, and I just thought like, hey, this will be fun to join, and I can just be my wrestler persona. That way I can just plug Wrestle Club and plug the character and just see where it goes. Like, I had no intention of winning, but I actually won it.
So you pick out the song you're going to play on stage, correct?
That is right, yeah. Last year I picked Livewire by Motley Crue. It was part of my workout playlist, and I just thought I could have fun with it. And then I don't want to say what I'm doing this year. I want to keep that a secret, but it is going to be a different song by a different band, still in the rock genre. And I picked this band based because the U.S. Nationals are based in San Francisco. So I'll give you a hint. It's a band that's from San Francisco.
Oh, okay. That's a good tease, as we say in this business. So talk to us about what happens when you become Idaho's champion. I mean, do you move up to a regional competition? How does all of that work?
Mm-hmm. So what happens is when you win the Idaho competition, of course, you're the Idaho champ. Then you get to go to nationals. Just like last year, this year it's going to be in San Francisco. where you get to compete against other regional champions across the United States. We're talking about New York, Boston's champs, Portland, Orlando, San Diego, and some other ones. I think there's like maybe 22 in total across the nation. And then we all compete in the same competition. And the winner of that becomes US champ. And then the US champ gets to go to Finland for the world championships against, from champions from other countries like China, Mexico, Canada. Yeah.
So walk us through now what's going to happen this Saturday, because as I mentioned, the national championships are in Boise.
No, it's not the national championships in Boise. It's the regional championship. So
the regional
what we're doing
championship. Okay.
Yeah. So what we're doing this year is, of course, every year in Boise, we compete, and then the winner of Boise is the Boise champ, and they get to represent, of course, Boise for the U.S. championships in San Francisco, which is going to be in August. But what's going to happen is
so you'll be there in August.
Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of advice would you give someone who's, maybe thinking about jumping up on stage to play air guitar?
The best advice I can give is what I gave myself is when I first did it, is just have fun. When you're by yourself, and like I said, just when you're just really vibing with the music or whatever, you're just playing along, dancing along with it, just pretend, that stage is like your living room or your garage or whatever, and just go along with it. You got to believe in yourself, because if you believe in yourself, just like in wrestling, if you believe in yourself, then the fans will believe in you.
I love that. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking time to talk with us today, and good luck this weekend, and have a blast. So thank you so much. We've been speaking with Ruben Reina. He is Idaho's air guitar champion. We've been talking about the U.S. Air Guitar Championships, which the regional part of it is coming back to Boise on Saturday. We will put a link to the competition and our past interview about air guitar on our website, boisestatepublicradio.org. And thanks so much for listening to Idaho Matters from Boise State Public Radio. Do you have thoughts about today's episode? Make sure you email us at idahomatters@boisestate.edu or reach out on our socials. Find this and other Boise State Public Radio podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening right now. Hi, Idaho Matters podcast listeners. If you're on your smartphone right now, or if you have it nearby, I wanted to pop in to tell you about something to check out. Boise State Public Radio is now on Nextdoor. Here's what that means: trusted local news, thoughtful reporting, and stories from across Idaho right along your neighborhood updates. If you already have the Nextdoor app, you're halfway there. Just search Boise State Public Radio and hit follow.